What's up, everybody? About to get started. Just gonna go live on Facebook right now.
Setting? Love. Yeah, to make people happy.
Start in maybe 5 minutes. Hey, Nicole, how are you doing? What's up, Blueberry Sky? Blueberry Sky. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Creative Buzz Podcast, a glimpse into the local arts hive mind. We cover San Diego arts and culture. We're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. I'm Johnny Tran, your host, also co-owner of Thumbprint Gallery. Thumbprint Gallery is our sponsor this evening. We were founded in 2009. Thumbprint Gallery curates monthly and pop-up art exhibitions featuring emerging mid-career and established artists with a focus on contemporary pop culture, nostalgia, urban art, and pop surrealism. The gallery seeks to provide an eclectic and engaging atmosphere to view art by bringing people together in participation and appreciation and in support of local, national, and international artists. Please help us continue supporting the arts. We're trying to keep the business afloat during the pandemic, and any donation of any amount will help. Our PayPal is info@thumbprintgallery.com. Venmo is at Thumbprint Gallery. Check out our current online art exhibition, The Complexity of Light, a solo art show by Carlo Miranda. And you can see that on thumbprintgallery.com. Also, I want to let you know that the music you were just listening to is Secret Miracle, local electronica musician from San Diego. And we're going to be having him on the podcast next week to talk about his upcoming album. And thanks to everybody for coming out. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about this week. Seems like every week I have almost too much content somehow, but it's just how it goes. Yeah, so some of the things we're going over: artists and creatives speak out on the George Floyd protests against police brutality perpetrated against the Black community. So some artists are speaking out, creating art in response to that, locally, nationally, etc. Also, 13% of museums may close permanently worldwide due to COVID-19. There are signs of return of consumer confidence, which affects the arts, of course, and those in the arts and culture industry. And I have an update on that. San Diego County is asking the state of California to move forward on reopening the economy. Also, San Diego County has passed the eviction ban following the lead of the city of San Diego. And also, we're going to do a little feature on how the New Deal empowered artists during the Great Depression. And we're going to compare and contrast that to what is going on now and the economic and fiscal response of the U.S. government today to our current economic crisis. So yeah, cool. Thanks everybody for coming by. I'm gonna read some of these comments real fast on Instagram. Sorry, on Facebook, I can't see your comments. But I'll figure that out. Nicole Gray says, hey, Johnny. Hey, Nicole. What's up? Where you at? Fresno now? I forget. Anthony Comito says, what's up? Hey, Anthony. Anthony is the musician Secret Miracle. We'll have him on next week. King Osiam says, hashtag defund the police. Indeed. King Osiam says, realjusticepact.org. Everybody check that out. They're doing good stuff to cause change. Nocturnal Leslie says defund Homeland Security. All right. Nicole Gray says, are you out there protesting? Nicole, I am not. But yeah, I'm not doing that. It's kind of scary, actually. And I hope everybody's safe out there. And I hope the message does not get lost. King of Siam says, hashtag defund ICE while we're at it. Yes. What's up, Shay Boogie? Man, a lot of people here. Cool. All right, man. So we'll go on to the first thing up. Artists and creatives have been reacting to the current protests against police brutality perpetrated on the Black community. First off, artists created a mural honoring George Floyd at the site of his murder. I'm gonna put that up here on well, you can't see it on Instagram, but oops, 1 second here. 1 second, guys. There we go. Yeah, I'll put a picture of the mural up. So this is at the site of George Floyd's murder. The mural is located at the corner of 38th Street and Chicago Avenue South in Minneapolis. It is the work of artists Zena Goldman, Cadex Herrera, and Greta McLean. The group started working on the mural on Thursday morning and finished it within 12 hours with the help of artists Nico Alexander and Pablo Hernandez. I guess I'll show you guys on Instagram real fast. So yeah, there's a mural. And that was at the site of his murder. Oh, screwing everything up now. Where are we at? Here we go. But we have had artists respond locally to the protests and the issue at hand, police brutality against the Black community. And in La Mesa, in the aftermath of the protests, we had some artists step up to help out the community. Unfortunately, there was some damage from the protests, and some artists, local artists, helped out and painted some murals over the boarded storefronts. And I'm gonna play you guys a little news report from local news station channel 7, I guess, CBS and yeah, they're gonna go over that real fast and tell you a little bit about that. We'll be looking at some of the artwork too, but here you go. In theory. Yeah. 1 second. 1 second. Bummer. Oh, because I have it on mute. That might help. All right, here we go.
I went to La Mesa to report on the businesses that were looted at the La Mesa Spring Shopping Center, and I noticed something beautiful starting to unfold right there on the plywood that now covers the shattered windows. Photojournalist Mark Sackett worked with me to tell this story about why an artistic movement means so much to neighbors there.
So we were just trying to do something to uplift community spirits, say that these businesses are still here, they're still vital, they're still alive, they still are vibrant.
They painted a mural down there in honor of George Floyd, and when I went down there and just watched it, it touched me on a real deep level. It really did. You know, I can still see the video playing out of what happened on TV, the officer, and it just touches me deeply that they're honoring his memory like that. And we need to stay focused on what the real issue is about, and that's change and equality, and not get sidetracked by the violence.
What we're doing is just trying to uplift spirits, but we're also trying to do portraits of people to not take away from what this is all about.
Different floods of emotion that was going through me that night. I participated in the demonstration when it was peaceful. I don't agree with destruction and tearing up property and all that. But I do understand people's passion about what happened, because it made me angry. I'm still angry about it. But we need to learn how to deal with it in constructive ways.
This brought you to tears.
I've lived here for a long time, and to see all the destruction was horrible, and then to see how beautiful it really is. It's just absolutely beautiful.
She's right. It was absolutely beautiful. Now, the artists have been paying out of pocket for supplies. They've been volunteering their time, but there is also a GoFundMe account set to help them out. We have a link to that at NBC7.com. Just search La Mesa Walls Project.
Nice. So it's good to see local artists help out in the aftermath of turbulent times, and you could see that a lot of the locals appreciated it, and it's just something that the arts has been able to respond to. Now I'm going to go to some audio. This is audio from local, very well-known and respected DJ Artistic. He called into Kogo Radio, which is, I guess, is a local radio station. And yeah, he spoke his mind about some things. And this is what he had to say. Give me 1 second here. Oh. Totally not ready. Hold on. Oh, actually, here is a... Before I do that, actually, skipping steps here. Here is a. Actually, I will do that. I will do DJ Artistic first, I guess. Give me 1 second. 1 second. So, anyways, this is what he had to say about the situation live on the local radio station.
So one person that we're going to go to is Art. He's in downtown, and I believe he saw some of the protests. So let me bring him up.
What's up, Brent?
Art, you're on Kogo.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
So I just wanted to say a few things. First thing is that, we're not advocating for violence or rioting or looting, okay? And secondly,
Art, let me stop you here for a second. Let me set you up correctly. So you've been at the protests, or you've been watching protests?
I've been watching the protests.
From downtown near Broadway?
Yeah, I'm downtown, you can see the Coronado Bridge from where I'm actually at.
Okay.
So on my way to downtown, the traffic was starting to back up. And then when I got here, the police started to block off the exit for the 5 South, so you couldn't make your way to Coronado.
All right, so you've been seeing the coverage, you've been seing all the effects firsthand. Knowing what you know of the story and the protesters, what is your sense about all this?
Well, I think that people want to remind us all that we are here at this point because of so many cases of police brutality and injustice. So in the dialogue, we bring in COVID and the economy and all these other things. So when we bring in all those other things that are going on, I want our reporters as yourself and media to go back to the injustice and the police brutality. I want you to keep bringing that back up because we keep kind of moving away from it. And I'm saying this because I'm not advocating for looting, violence, burning. I'm not advocating for that. But I am putting a reminder out there in your dialogue. You need to always go back to the injustice and the police brutality. That is the most important. Now, you have to ask yourself, in the event of them taking more action, maybe an action that you've never seen against police officers at that particular time for the last case that was publicized, you may have all of these people that are out in the streets right now holding hands and saying we love each other. So that is the responsibility and the leadership that is required by the police department, required by our federal government, and is required by humanity. So how long do we have to wait? We've been waiting for a very, very long time. When is that time?
But how do we get there, Art? How do we? I mean, I don't know if we can make the police department tell people to hold hands and say you love each other. Now, I think that would be an amazing statement, though, if that were to happen.
That's what I'm saying. One way we could get there is, as you educated brothers have your dialogue on these airways,
right,
is to keep going back and reinforcing the reason that we are at this particular stage is because of police brutality and injustice. We can talk about COVID, it's serious. We can talk about the economy. We can talk about all those things. But as you speak of those things, you would need to go back and reinforce that we are here because we've seen this movie over and over and over. And guess what? The movie is not a comedy. So let's stick to why it actually bubbled up and occurred. Let's focus on that.
Well,
Again, we're not advocating for violence or looting or rioting.
Right.
And I appreciate you guys for the dialogue.
Yeah, no, that's what we want, and we love you calling in for it. But what do you need to see, Art, in order for this to come to an end, a peaceful end?
Well, it's not a monolithic ideology. People have different lenses that they look through. Okay, so if the police would come and march with the people, if the police would denounce it publicly, then we could start to move forward. And that right there is just that's makeup on it. So after they say this, we have to hold them accountable and inspect what we expect. So if the police, who some of them have done this around the country, they've denounced it. Let's get more people denouncing it, right? Let's get you guys denouncing it. Let's get you denouncing it as much as you are advocating for the good police officers. Let's have you denounce it just as many times. Because how many times have you seen it in your lifetime?
Right.
In your lifetime. And how long do people have to wait?
Okay, Art.
Art,
let me stop you here for a second. So you make an excellent point, and because one of the things here is, like you say, this has been repeating itself much too often, in smaller degrees and to big degrees with George Floyd. Imagine all the incidences in which there isn't a video camera involved. Imagine, I can't tell you how many times I hear friends or relatives say, a cop pulled me over and ... And you got to wonder, A, who's telling the correct story, but also, B, in terms of next steps, in order to try to mitigate all this and trying to lessen all this, what you're suggesting is, okay, cops should denounce it, but not only that, they should be more active in bringing it down.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, there you go. Thank you very much, Art.
All right, so that was a DJ Artistic, local DJ, very well known in the community, speaking his mind on the recent social unrest and protests against police brutality against the Black community. So I'm going to give you guys a little view of the artwork that the artists in La Mesa have been doing to help in recovering from the aftermath of the protests. So you go real fast. Some of the artwork. All local artists came out of pocket. Johnny Alexander, we had him at the gallery a long time ago. I don't know who this is. It was pretty nice. Not sure who that is either. Sean Erler. Victor Villa. Victoria. Don't know who that is, but it's pretty fun. I don't know who that is either. Yeah, so these are all murals that artists did. In La Mesa, CJ Martinez, CJ. Laurence Michael, probably a bunch of different people here. All local artists in La Mesa. Oh, this is Crystal and that's interesting. More Victor's work. Yeah, good stuff. Cool. Oops. Turn this around. So yeah, that was just some artists, local artists, doing their part, spreading creativity, which is what we do in the arts, to help out in the situation in the way we know how. So local artists speaking out, doing what they can. One other local artist that spoke out is Alessandra Moctezuma. She's an art professor at Mesa College and curator at Mesa College Art Gallery. And this is from her Facebook page. She says, headlines of another uprising, another May in Southern California. This one in 1992. So I should have kept the image, but she posted like an LA Times article of the 1992 riots, I believe. And she continues, I was painting in my UCLA graduate art studio not far from Fedco off of Slauson and La Cienega. The fires were already burning, the sirens screeching, and riot gear police on the move. I went home to check on the family. My mother and I watched on her tiny TV with tears of disbelief, understanding the rage, the anger. I went with friends to demonstrations in downtown where I witnessed a police car turned over and burned. Sorry about that. My mother imploring me to stay safe. The cleanup started weeks later. I was working at the community arts organization, SPARC, with Judy Baca and the crew of youth and artists. We went out to the burned shells of shopping centers in Koreatown and South Central and spray painted multicolored flowers to heal the wounds, to make the city bloom again. The current events have brought back memories. Sad that the outrage is familiar, the injustice repeated, the cries for change untamed. I think some people have forgotten, not I. So That's our professor, Alessandra Moctezuma, telling us about a little history of social unrest in regards to demands for racial justice. And I gotta say, it's unfortunate, the violence, but historically, during these incidences, in the aftermath, there have been social justice gains in the aftermath. So there is some possible potential positive things that could come out of this. But you gotta remember that we are the ones that have to make it happen. So please get involved. One organization is realjusticepac.org. They're working to elect reform-minded prosecutors all across the country. So check that out. I'm gonna read, let's see, what are we doing here? Okay, oops, one more thing. One other local creative that has spoken out through his music regarding the situation. His name is Buddy Roots. I'm gonna play a little song that he created on his Instagram. So. Hey, Aaron.
With tears in my eyes when I wrote this, the images I held in my mind, visions that I felt with my soul, the groaning that I've heard in the morning. There's a song that I hear in my head, a song crying out from my people. Visions that I've had in the night time of a land that's so just and so peaceful, dreaming of a violence-free everywhere. Down in San Diego, chanting for all the fallen soldiers. Throughout the nation, we make peace in all this city. Making rude boys put down them guns, we sing peace to the world. Shine Babylon down, down, down. Here I am, and here I stand, brave and bold, proud to be a black man. And not this nation, it's open season. If you're black in America, you're committing treason. Land of the free, home of the brave, baptize your youth with salacious ways. Them want to brainwash me kind and educated African the West, fearing their mind them say, close your eyes, forget your culture, worship money and kill your brother, forget your motherland, salute your new flag, you're no longer Igbo, you're Afro-American. All lives will matter until the black ones do.
Hey, Louisa.
Our lives won't matter until the black ones do. Dreaming of a violence free everywhere. Down in San Diego, chanting for all the fallen soldiers. Throughout the nation, we make peace in this city. Make and rude boys put down them guns, we sing peace to the world. Chant Babylon down, down, down.
Yeah. Bloody Roots, local reggae musician, little song he wrote about the recent protests against police brutality against the Black community. I'm gonna read some of these comments on Instagram. I can't read the comments on Facebook, but figure that out. Let's see. Wow. A lot of comments. Hold on a minute. King of Siam says, hashtag Black Lives Matter, hashtag defund the police indeed. Maldo Don says, hi. Hey, Patricia. Ghost the Girl says, if you see any bricks, let me know so I can take them home from my garden. Okay. Yeah. Conspiracy theories. King of Siam says, build a little wall in front of the police department. King of Siam says, I'll bring the mortar. Nicole Gray says, hell yeah. Ghost the Girl says, yes, Adele, and we shall plant a tree in your honor. Ghost the Girl says, that's hella dope. King of Siam says, let's plant some redwoods in front of the police department, okay? Nicole Gray says, plant shit ton of SD native plants and trees. This is with the trees. Okay, Ghost the Girl says, all the trees everywhere, I'm so down. All right. All right. Nicole Gray says, I don't want active police. Nicole Gray says, these are great. Okay, she's referring to the murals in La Mesa. After Dark Creations says, wow, CJ, referring to his mural in La Mesa. Victor always has awesome work. King of Siam says, you can also email your city council district member and ask for support for arts in the city budget and express your disdain for the police budget. King of Siam says, I have links on Facebook with email addresses. Nicole Gray says, yes, that's a great move. Ghost the Girl says, thanks, Dale, I will follow through with that. What's up, Louisa? Nicole Gray says, do you think the protests will stop in the aftermath of the 4 officers being arrested and charged appropriately? Or maybe the people will push for more drastic change? I'm gonna guess that the protests will stop and they will also continue to push for more drastic change. I think historically, when these things have happened, there's only one city. This time is quite different. It's cities all over the country. So I think some real change will happen. In fact, historically, change has happened every time this kind of unrest has occurred. And we hope to that change will help us avoid future unrest and violence and wrongdoings by the police. King of Science has asked for a citizens review board for the police. Do we have one? I don't think we have one here. Suggest state licensure for police so dishonorable police can't move districts and get reemployed. Indeed, yes, that's a good idea. Keno Science would definitely hit him up in the budget. Demilitarize the police. Nicole Gray says, yes, spread that wealth to deserving groups in the community. All right. And that's what the art community and our listeners and viewers have to say about protests against police brutality. And thanks to everybody in the arts community who participated in the mural project in La Mesa. And for those in the arts community, I want to let you know about a new artist grant opportunity from Rising Arts San Diego. And this is from their information that they gave from Rising Arts. And it says, we're proud to announce our Emergency Response Fund Quick Grant. This one-time micro grant will provide $200 to members financially struggling during this unprecedented time of COVID-19. The application will be available starting next Monday, June 8th at 8 a.m. Guidelines and information can be found at the link provided. I'll provide that link in the Facebook event page if you need any of these resources, links, etc. that I mentioned on the podcast. Just send me an email, thumbprintgallery@gmail.com. You can send a direct message to me on Instagram or Facebook. And just to let you know, Thumbprint Gallery is actually the sponsor of this podcast tonight. And we are trying to keep our doors open in the face of the pandemic, shutdown, etc. Any amount of a donation will help. Our PayPal is info@thumbprintgallery.com. Venmo is at Thumbprint Gallery. Also, check out our current online art exhibition, The Complexity of Light, a solo art show by Carla Miranda that will be viewable at thumbprintgallery.com. And speaking of trying to get through the pandemic in the arts, it turns out that our economic situation is affecting museums. Nearly 13% of museums worldwide may never reopen after the COVID-19 shutdown, according to new research by UNESCO and the International Council of Museums. The two studies were released jointly on the occasion of the International Museum Day on May 18th, which was celebrated online. The two studies examined the impact of COVID-19 on museums in UNESCO member states. It's 193 members, 11 associate members, and they looked at the ways in which museums have adapted to the crisis. According to the studies, the pandemic forced nearly 90% of all museums worldwide, more than 85,000 in number, to close their doors for varying lengths of time since the outbreak of the pandemic. The financial impact resulting from this mass shutdown is devastating. The American Alliance of Museums estimated that shuttered museums in the U.S. lose at least $33 million a day during the pandemic. According to a survey by Americans for the Arts, the U.S. arts and culture sector has lost $5.5 billion to date as a result of the pandemic crisis. So yeah, that's some bad news. It just goes to show slowdown in consumer confidence is having an effect on the arts. But fortunately, there is some good news as far as consumer confidence. There's signs of return of consumer confidence. And this is from marketwatch.com. If consumers have to choose between spending and a post-coronavirus lockdown, Saturday buying new clothes, or at a restaurant having dinner, more will choose shopping. That's the finding from the latest survey from S&P Global Market Intelligence, which polled 1,250 people between April 30th, May 18th. S&P noted that half of the respondents said they made $120,000. When restrictions let up, 44% of consumers said they plan to head back to stores, but only 31% said they would plan to dine out at a restaurant. After 3 months, the dine out result rose to 40%. So people are ready to, at least they say, according to this poll, they're ready to spend some money or at least go to retail stores, which helps arts-related retail businesses like art galleries, art supply stores, etc. We will keep an eye on that. Also, consumer confidence index saw a slight increase. The conference board said its consumer confidence index edged up to a reading of 86.6%, 86.6 this month from a downwardly revised 85.7. So consumer confidence index in the US up, and that does affect arts and culture businesses. Also, there was a report that the US construction spending is a little bit down, so it's not all good news, but honestly, I think we're looking okay. We're looking okay for the reopen. Yeah, I want to let you know about Monster Mayhem. It's Horrorgasm's May online entertainment and group art exhibition. The Monster Mayhem group exhibition is now being showcased in Horrorgasm's online gallery, which will run through the summer quarter. The theme of the virtual event is any and all monsters in popular culture from film or television. And also tonight, we're featuring an interview with Horrorgasm founder Jennifer Cooksey later tonight, around 8 o'clock. So do not miss out on that. Also, Spring 2020 online student art exhibition at Mesa College. It's a virtual showcase of student artwork. Join us for a virtual student art exhibition live. I'll put that link in the Facebook event page. If you need any of these links, send me an email, thumbprintgallery@gmail.com. I want to let you know about one resource for artists. The forum is virtual event, Money Making for Creatives with Sean Cassidy, June 12th, 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Via Zoom. Join a candid conversation with founder of Cassidy Creative Solutions about how to make one's art practice both marketable and profitable by maximizing current resources in a post-COVID-19 world. This workshop is designed to support creatives in need of business development. And I'll be posting that as well. What am I doing here? Let's read some of these comments maybe. Kino Simon says, ask for a citizen review. Oops, I already said that. Nicole Gray says, yes, spread that wealth-deserving. Oops, I already said that too. Okay. Yes. Let me go on. County Board of Supervisors voted Tuesday to move forward the reopening of the economy. They sent a letter to Governor Newsom requesting that they be allowed to reopen the local economy. The board voted 4-1, with Supervisor Nathan Fletcher voting no to take further steps into reopening amid coronavirus pandemic. And they're asking for gyms, hotels, nail salons, wineries, breweries, churches at full capacity, theme parks, youth sports, charter, and fishing boats. And the board also voted to immediately reopen all beach activities. I think the city already reopened. But yeah, so the economy is beginning to reopen, which helps arts businesses, assuming that the second wave is not too bad. Hopefully it's not. Also, the San Diego Board of Supervisors voted today to extend moratorium on evictions for both residents and small businesses. So that will help businesses related to the arts, art galleries, music venues, etc. They'll have another month to get on their feet before they have to worry about rent. And then after that, even after that, they'll still have 6 months. So that's what's up with reopening of the economy. We'll obviously keep an eye on that as we have been doing. 747. Okay. So the new deal, I'm gonna do it next week because once again I have too much content. I'm gonna go on a break. Very quick break. I'm gonna leave you with some more music from Secret Miracle, local San Diego electronica musician. Be right back. Where are you at?
You're simply here. All this knowledge that we acquire called spiritual knowledge is only a mirror for the timeless to see itself.
Be right back.
And for what reason? For no other reason than it's fascinated with its own recognition of itself.
tuned, Jennifer Cooksey, featured debut, founder of Horrorgasm. Loud enough? Jennifer, have you tried to get on Zoom yet? Louisa. Oh, really? Huh. Where the hell? Oh, yeah, sorry. Still getting the hang of this. Stay on mute, though.
Larry.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Turn on my phone volume.
Paul? Paul? Oh. Oh, we're still live on Facebook.
Oh, nice. Am I still?
Hey, everybody on Instagram, I'm gonna have to kill the live feed and restart it. So just, get back on and then we're still live on Facebook. But we are. Shit's actually working. Jump back on, guys, on Facebook, on Instagram. You can kill it, come right back on. Welcome, what's up? Hey, so before we get started with Jennifer, I want to do one more thing on the Black Lives Matter content. Really fast. Obviously not a local artist, but this is LL Cool J. He did a little spoken word kind of thing, a cappella, about the topic. So I'm going to play that for you really fast. Then we'll start with Jennifer Cooksey from Horrorgasm. All right.
For 400 years, you had your knees on our necks. A garden of evil with no seeds of respect. In America's mirror, all she sees is regret. Instead of letting blood live, they begging for bloodlet. Revenge is a dish that's served on platelets. Transfusion of confusion, abusing our intellect. I can't be bought with a $1,200 check, even though $1,200 can make a meal stretch. My mama wasn't rich, but she earned my respect. She made a little bit of money for a lot of blood, tears, and sweat. Jumping up and down on police cars, I'm vexed. After Chauvin killed George Floyd, we got next. Molotov cocktails, anarchy on the set. The rich took the loot, so now we loot shit. Feeling like a caged tiger that's whipped to do tricks. That's why I started fires and yelled and threw bricks. They tried to run me over and arrest me and shit. Tase pepper spray and engage with the kid. They ran up in the state house with them AKs quick. But let a nigga try and do that white boy shit. Won't be no rubber bullets ricocheting off ribs, but the white supremacists go in the cops' faces spit. Try to barbecue, Becky call the cops on the kid. Hoping and praying it'd be some Emmett Till shit. Sandra wasn't bland, they hated Mike because he brown. Trayvon should have had an Aston Martin riding around. Amadou Diallo, it's way too many to follow. Vato, how much of my pride I gotta swallow? God only knows how deep this plan goes. I was dealing with this shit as a teen in Kangos. Harassed by cops, word to my ancestors' souls. And watching that man die slow left a hole. He cried for his mama as the murder unfold. If it wasn't for them phones, Chauvin would be at home. Feeling justified because of George's skin tone. I'm telling it to those with melanin, you're not alone. The new Malcolm, Martin, and Marcuses are now grown. America's a graveyard full of black men's bones. And I ain't got to tell you that Breonna Taylor got slayed in her own home. Had they lived, Sean could have rocked bells. Eric could have garnered attention. Beyond the t-shirts and obituary mentions. Oscar could have been counting grants. Tamir could have went to Rice. They owed them cops nothing, but all of them paid the price. So yeah, you right. We should protect our Second Amendment rights. Cause in a second, a dirty cop could kick the door in at night. A 2-for-2 finna life for life. We refuse to live in hell while you living in paradise. Being black in America's like rolling a pair of dice. But the stakes are way higher, you gambling with my life. Black lives matter. Forever.
Yeah, that was pretty powerful. LL Cool J speaking out on Black Lives Matter and police brutality. What's up, Eric? Kino Siam says HBO's Watchmen uncovered a 7th Cavalry plot. Keep talking about that. I don't even know what that is. Okay. On that bright note, we have Jennifer Cooksey from Horrorgasm. Welcome. How are you doing?
Very good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for making time.
Of course. Yeah, always for you.
Nice. Nice. So, you're a local artist and a writer?
Yeah, trying to be. I've written some shorts and right now I'm on submission to publishers for my first novel.
Right on.
We'll see.
So just tell us a little bit about you, your background. When did you start making art? When did you start writing?
All right. I actually started getting to art when I was probably about 20. But my mom was like, if you're going to be an artist, you need to go to school and learn your history, learn what you want to talk about, and, you know, find your voice, find your, and build a skill set. So she passed away following that. And in the wake of her death, I really wanted to connect with my culture. My mom was Chicana. And so I was afraid of losing that culture after she passed away. And so I started doing Dia de los Muertos art and culturally significant art. And I went to school and I wasn't really, I also did pop art. Like I do a lot of monsters. I did a lot of folklore based monsters and it wasn't really well received in academic circles. So I started participating in local art shows like your guys's, like Thumbprint Gallery or pop-ups. You were one of my very first shows. And I've just been kind of going from there. I noticed there wasn't a ton of pop shows beyond your guys' shows, and then La Bodega had a few shows. And so I thought, you know, curating looked like a lot of fun. And there was a lot of local artists who were also doing pop-up shows and curating, and everyone's so embracing and was so free with information that they were like, oh, you could totally do it. I was really encouraged. And so I started curating thanks to you guys. You guys got me a venue and gave me a ton of freedom and guidance, and that's kind of how this kicked off.
Nice. So you did some curating for Thumbprint Gallery at the Subterranean in Hillcrest and North Park.
Yes.
How has that been experience? How has that experience been
I love it. I fell in love with it. It's now that I've done it, I can't imagine not curating and putting together shows. Yeah. I loved meeting artists and seeing
Basically,
their
you
work.
can't get out, is what you're saying. You can't get out.
Yes. No, I'm in forever. I can't quit.
Nice.
I love it. But yeah, it's been the best, most rewarding thing I've done.
Nice. So I guess Hillcrest is Hillcrest Subterranean has unfortunately had to close its doors due to the pandemic, COVID-19. So we don't have that venue anymore, but I think in theory we may still have a North Park Subterranean in the future. How have you been dealing with the pandemic and quarantine? How has that affected you personally? How has that affected your art practice, if it has at all?
A bit. So I'm a bit of a workaholic, and so I try to produce as much writing and art as I can. And I would be lying if I didn't say that this stuff really affected me. The pandemic, I'm autoimmune compromised. I have multiple sclerosis, and so I have to be careful. I have to be very careful. And my day job, I'm a teacher. I teach preschool and I teach art classes. Okay. And they've completely shut down because there's no way to social distance with children. Right. So I've been home, and so I kind of try to use that time to the best of my ability, working with the Horrorgasm crew to create like a virtual event to kind of give people stuff to do and to kind of have some fun in the middle of this. We want to make people happy, and that's kind of our mission, is to bring awareness for the horror art community, for the San Diego art community. And so we've been focusing on that, but it's been hard mentally seeing what's going on.
Now you said your day job is I guess you could call it your day job is teaching art. How have you been still able to do art teaching virtually, or how has that worked out? Or are you just on furlough, or what?
So I'm furloughed. Yeah. So I'm a ceramics teacher. So we can't Zoom class.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I'm furloughed probably for another few months until this resolves. And even past that, there's a question if I can safely return, because I'm immune compromised and I catch everything the kids get anyway.
Oh my gosh, that's scary.
Yeah, so it's kind of a frightening situation, and I'm not really sure when I'll be able to safely return.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of heavy. But yeah, the effects of the pandemic and then the civil unrest and the realization that that it's important to speak out about issues and use your platform, however, small or large, for good. And
have you been able to do that, or will you do that, or what?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
Through the arts, through art, artistic means, or just or different means, or.
Absolutely. So through our business, so Horrorgasm, we're a minority-run business. We have always, focused on having a diverse group of artists and representing our community as wholly and inclusively as possible. I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about horror, is it gave voice and representation to, non-represented groups and people of color far before any other genre did. And
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. Okay. So think about representation in films. A lot of creators think Night of the Living Dead, that was the first Black male protagonist, Dwayne Jones. And he was the hero. He dies a very horrible lynching death at the end.
What's the movie?
Very powerful.
What's the movie?
Night of the Living Dead by George Romero. Okay. Yeah, watch that. It's an amazing film. It will depress the shit out of you, but it's a seminal zombie film too. It's the film that kicked off the whole, reanimated dead zombie genre.
Yeah,
I
didn't know about that.
Yeah, and well, think about other shows as well. Twilight Zone. There's so many social messaging.
I grew up with that one.
Yeah, and if you notice, there's messaging throughout there that's got progressive messaging that questions the status quo and the restraints of society at the time. So it does kind of have a history of doing that. Think of any John Carpenter flick. He has a lot of progressive messaging. He always has a final girl. They live is that's not even subtle political subtext. It really goes in on that movie about, Obey. The iconography of Obey started in the film They Live.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a little San Diego history too, kind of.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
So you are a founder of Horrorgasm.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm one of the founders.
You're one of the founders. What is Horrorgasm? Who's part of it? How did it start? When did it start?
So, I'm a huge horror buff, as you guys know. If you've seen my artwork, it's all horror. And I noticed there was a lack of representation for horror shows that only kind of popped up once a year. There wasn't a ton out there, but there was a lot of artists who created horror-based work. So working with Atiba Royster, Melody Los Cobos, and Nix Yvonne Rose, we all formed Horrorgasm, and it's San Diego's home for horror. So we produce our own indie comic. We're now starting short films. We just had our first one, Zombies, that's available on YouTube. And
I watched one of those.
that was our latest one, starring Atiba.
I watched Jose's.
Yeah, we have some really good ones. But yeah, you can check out Zombies. That stars CJ, Napoleon Doom, Travis, and Atiba. So yeah, some of our local artists participated in that. So that was a lot of fun. And also I co-wrote that one with Atiba.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
I gotta check that one out then.
Yes, let me know.
What's the website?
It's Zombies, and you can find the link at our website at horrorgasmsd.com.
When did you start Horrorgasm?
It started as just the art crawl in 2018.
The art crawl? How come?
Yeah, so we just started out as an art crawl. We had separate venues.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yes, that was.
Yeah.
I went to every single one. Went to every one night.
Yep, everyone did. Yes, that was.
Yeah, that was really fun.
It was. Yeah, no, I loved that crawl, and we realized because we were like slammed with people, we realized we wanted to make it something bigger, so we decided to form it into a mini convention that we had at Queen Bee's last year. Mm-hmm. And then this year we were gonna be at the Scottish Rite Center, right? But COVID happened. So this year we will have Horrorgasm. We will have our horror convention, but it's going to be a virtual convention.
Cool. So, when will that be?
That'll be in the first weekend in October. So I'll have more info and artist calls coming up for that soon.
Right. Nice. So right now Horrorgasm has an art exhibition online.
Yes.
It's called Monster Mayhem. Tell us about that. Who's in there? I don't know. What do we expect? Monster Mayhem.
Yes, so Monster Mayhem is our first virtual event that kicked off the launch of our online gallery. So we have local artists. CJ Martinez is up there. We have Napoleon Doom. We have Autumn Snow and Dan Bois. So we have a lot of our local artists, as well as all of us, the founders who are artists as well. We're all participating in the gallery show, but we also have a vendor spotlight. So if you have a art and horror themed business, or you create horror themed works, we have a special page that's linked to your individual website or Etsy, whatever links where you sell your artwork. And then we have our short film showcase. So local filmmakers have put together their short films, and then we have links to their films on our website. So you can go to our website, horrorgasmsd.com, click the link, and it'll open up the entire event for you, so you can check out everything we have.
So you guys started doing, you started with art, Horrorgasm started with art, visual art, and now you're doing films. How was that a challenging transition? Anything you had to learn, or any lessons learned from that?
Well, actually, so it's kind of wonderful. All of our individual hobbies and skill sets of the founders have kind of played into the business, because we want Horrorgasm to be multifaceted. We want to represent comics. So Atiba launched our Tales of Horrorgasm comic, and actually our next issue is coming out in a few weeks. Our spring issue, it will be released. And so Atiba and I both have writing experience. Just as kind of a fun hobby, I did a little screenwriting, and so I've had experience. Yeah.
Very cool.
So we kind of utilize some of our interest and past experience and put it into Horrorgasm.
What kind of writing did you do in the film? What screenwriting? Like what did you do?
So I've had some of my shorts published. So I wrote scripts for short films, and they've been featured in the Werewolves versus zine. And so some of my stories have been featured there. And Brandon was actually my co-writer. So I've always worked with a partner.
Brandon is your brother?
No, my partner in crime, my life partner.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, those are Cat's my brother. You met him before.
Yes, I get it. I get it mixed up.
Yes, yeah.
Let me see. Well, I was just gonna say something. Tell us about. How did you learn to do screenwriting? Actually, I do want to know this.
So I read a lot of craft books. Saves the Cat is a fantastic resource for screenwriting. I've always been interested in writing short stories, and then I was starting to read scripts. You can pull them offline and learn about formatting and all the basics, but it's very similar.
Did you just learn offline? You self-taught?
I self-taught, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I'm a big nerd. I love all those kind of like researchy hobbies. And of course, it really does fall hand in hand with writing. I found a lot of, I have to stop myself when I'm novel writing from doing screen direction. So I have to be careful.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Hey, tell us about your other fiction writing. You wrote a novel.
Yes.
What's the name of the novel? What's that about? Is it out? Can we buy it?
So not yet. So currently I'm on submission with like 3 publishers who showed interest. So it's being looked at right now. I haven't had any deals yet, but my first novel is La Llorona, the Weeping Woman. And it's a subversion of the myth of La Llorona. So most kids who grew up here in San Diego, if you're Latinx, your parents messed you up by telling you the story of La Llorona. She's viewed as a villain culturally, and I kind of thought her story was always really tragic. And what if she wasn't really the bad guy? What if she was...
I'm sorry, this is based on a story that's told to you as a kid?
Yes, this is based off Latin American folklore. So the
name of that character, what's the name of the character again?
La Llorona, the Weeping Woman in English.
All right.
Yeah, she was terrifying. She's traumatized generations of Mexicans and Latinx kids.
Yeah, so continue. So that was an inspiration to you?
Yes, yeah. I really enjoyed the idea of taking our folklore. So a lot of Latin American folklore frames women as the villain. So we have 3 cultural archetypes. There's the Virgen, the Virgin Mary, the Virgen Guadalupe, the pure altruistic mother character. Then there's the betrayer, Tonantzin, who betrayed our culture. And then there's La Llorona, the murderess, who killed her children. So there's not a lot of good character options for women in the Latinx community. We're given these archetypes that are pretty nightmarish. So
and what you wrote counters that in some way, or
yes,
counters that in some way?
Yes, yeah. My story subverts the mythology while playing with tropes of mental illness, domestic violence and abuse. So the story kind of takes place with a contemporary character actually encountering the legend and in her own life. So it is a horror story, of course. It's, you know, my favorite genre. But it deals with some very pertinent and important issues to the community as a whole. And I felt really, I felt like there was a story to tell.
Did you read? So the novel's a horror novel?
Yes. Yeah, it's a horror novel.
Okay. And did you like to read a lot of horror novels?
Yes, I am a massive consumer of horror literature, and recently Gabino Iglesias, the writer, he's kind of famous for creating the Barrio Noir, and he used a lot of Spanish.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really good. Zero Saints, one of my favorite books of all times. And so reading his books really inspired me. I realized I could make a book where the characters did speak, you know, Spanish and have a cultural Latinx protagonist and, you know, tell a story from that community, or, you know, our community's point of view without having to have it whitewashed or have a white savior. So that was really inspiring. So yeah, reading books within the community, seeing other creators was really inspiring.
How has it been working with other creators as a curator? Has that been beneficial or helpful or encouraging, or how has that been?
It's been amazing. Yeah, I love the collaboration process. So, you know, working with my partners, Atiba and Nixie Von Rose, we all work really closely. And I love it. They give me great ideas. The collaboration and the creative process is really inspiring, and they've made me a better artist. So the collaborative process has really helped me, and I think like it's made me better. Curating shows and meeting artists and making friends and just seeing the wonderful people in our art community is just, oh God, it's like the best. I love it. I miss everyone so much. This social distancing is rough. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be so nice to see everyone again and do shows and be able to have opening receptions and see everyone's art in person. I can't wait for that. Yeah, I miss you.
I mean, I hope that happens pretty soon.
I hope so. I don't know. I mean, at least all of us have been able to adapt. Like, you guys are having your virtual, you have your online gallery, we have our online gallery. It seems like others are following suit, so at least our artists are still getting exposure.
Do you have any ideas on how to deal with art receptions and social distancing? This is actually, I'm asking for me. For anybody that's listening, like, how the fuck do we do this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's one of those things where it came and it hit us, and it hit us so hard and fast, we're all kind of left scrambling. But I think this kind of stuff breeds innovation. So I think online galleries are a fantastic platform anyway. All of us have been discussing ways of getting the San Diego art community to a broader base. And so people all over the world now are able to see the San Diego talent on our websites. And so that's really nice. But I think we've got to find a balance because we want to, of course, protect the safety of our artists and our patrons. You know, we want to keep everyone as safe as possible. So trying to navigate that right now is tough. And I think all of us are brainstorming. For the time being, I think online galleries are probably the safest option and online exhibitions. But I think also encouraging our artists to expand their own platform. So showcasing local artists on our social media. So on Horrorgasm, we feature artists daily. I do that on my own as well. So I think trying to, signal boost as many of our friends and the community members as possible is a really good idea. Also, Public art is probably another really good way to get things out. Being able to maybe find a way to showcase work in store windows as people are passing by, as they're ordering out, being able to pass by art and see it. That might be an option. So like curbside art.
Nice.
But yeah.
I was just gonna ask you something. Now I totally forgot.
No, I threw you off.
They have some questions for you. Want me to read some questions?
Yes. Yeah. I'd love to answer questions.
Or comments. Malo Don says, your novel is related to one of my past choreographies, Femina.
Oh.
She's a local modern dance.
Oh, wow. If they have it recorded, send me the link. I'd love to see it.
And I am in the working of editing the video I have from it. Nice to hear more about your perspective on it. That's cool.
Oh, I'd love to. That would be an honor.
Yeah, Patricia, just send me a message. She knows me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can forward it to me.
Magdalena, the artist, says, how do we get involved in the online art gallery? Oh, yeah, so she's asking how do you get involved in Horrorgasm. Monster Mayhem's already up. And you can view that at, what's the website?
So it's horrorgasmsd.com is our website, but we currently have a call for artists for our Summertime Slasher show, which is going to premiere on June 21st. So if you want to participate, you could email me at jennifer@horrorgasmsd.com and send me some of your links to your art on social media, send me some pictures of your art, and I'll get back to you and we'll have you in the show.
What's the summer show about?
Summertime Slashers. So think Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Ghostface from Scream.
Okay,
all
so
those
that's
fun.
the theme.
Yeah. June 21st.
Oh, June 21st.
Yeah,
Okay.
coming up soon.
Let's see. All right. So you do paintings, right?
Yes, I do.
You do writing, fiction.
Yep.
And,
Yeah,
and you do sculpture.
Yes, yeah.
What came first?
Actually, the sculpture came first. Years ago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was always into Play-Doh as a kid. So like as soon as I discovered like you could play with like basically grown-up Play-Doh, I jumped right into sculpting.
Okay, and then painting.
And then painting, yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, so what you guys get coming up is Summer Slasher, Horrorgasmsd.org?
.com.
All right, cool. Jennifer Cooksey from Horrorgasm. Check them out, horrorgasmsd.com.
Yep,
right?
You got it.
Oh, did I lose you? Are you there?
I'm still here. Do you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay, good.
Horrorgasmsd.com, and send her an email at jennifer@horrorgasmsd.com.
Yep.
I think we got more comments for you.
Yeah, I'd love to answer questions.
Magdalena, the artist, says, thank you so much. I'm on it.
Oh, awesome. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Nice. Malodon says, Johnny, you have my info. Okay, so I'll send her. She's the dancer.
Awesome.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much, Jennifer, for coming by. And I hope to have you back on again. And I'll be checking out. Hey, anybody listening, I want to do like a watch party of all the films on Horrorgasm.
Oh yeah, I can get you. Yes. Yeah, we can definitely do a watch party. You guys can watch the movies with us.
Fun, just like some friends or whatever.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me on. It's been awesome. It's been great talking to you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, virtually.
Yes, virtually. Soon in person, hopefully.
Right on. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Cool. So that was Jennifer Cooksey, Horrorgasm. Check them out, horrorgasmsd.com. and this is Creative Buzz Podcast. We do this every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Let me read some comments. King of Siam says, I'm down, referring to watch party for Horrorgasm. Yeah. Hey, send me a message, guys, or send me, whatever. Email thumbprintgallery@gmail.com. Speaking of Thumbprint Gallery, we are the sponsor of this podcast. Help us help the arts in San Diego. Help us keep our doors open. Help us keep Thumbprint Gallery in business throughout the pandemic crisis. Any amount of donation will help. PayPal's info@thumbprintgallery.com. Venmo is at Thumbprint Gallery. Also, check out our current online art exhibition, The Complexity of Light, a solo art show by Carlo Miranda. Some more comments real fast. After Dark Creation says, thank you. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Jennifer. Please come back. Magdalena, the artist, says, okay, notice. So good to be reconnected with the art world. Peace. Yeah, good to have you back. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys with more music from Secret Miracle, local San Diego electronica musician. We're gonna have him on next week, talk about his upcoming album. Thanks, guys. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. I probably did, but whatever. on a podcast next week, talk about his upcoming album. Our coach still says we've been working late, busy. That's good. All right, man. No, this is not my music. We'll be on next week. At this podcast. All right, that was a Secret Miracle, local electronica musician. Check him out. I'll put the link in the Facebook event page. If you need any of these links, send me an email, thumbprintgallery@gmail.com. Send me a direct message on Instagram or Facebook. Yeah, Travis, I'll hit you up. Let's do something. It'll be fun. Yeah, so this is a Creative Buzz podcast. We do this every Wednesday starting at 7 p.m. We cover local San Diego arts and culture scene. I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much.